Hello children, let's continue our chapter 16 light. In last session we have learned about different characteristics of image formed by a plane mirror. That is, the image formed in a plane mirror has the same height as that of the object. The distance between the image and the mirror is always equal to the distance between the object and the mirror, and the image formed in a plane mirror is always erect, or we can call that as upright image, and the image is laterally inverted. It is the image formed in a plane mirror is a virtual image because it is the image, it cannot be obtained on a screen. That is, the virtual image is formed by the apparent intersection of diverging rays. And then we have learned what is lateral inversion. When an image formed in a plane mirror, the left side of the object appears to be the right side of the image, and vice versa. That is, the right side of the object appears at the left side of the image is called as lateral inversion. Then we have learned about diffused or irregular reflection. When all the parallel rays reflected from the rough or irregular surface, if it is not parallel, then the reflection is said to be diffused or irregular reflection. On the other hand, the reflection from a smooth surface like that of a mirror, that is when all the parallel rays, when it is falls on a smooth surface, then the reflected rays, or if it is or also parallel, then it is called as regular reflection. So we have learned the difference between the regular reflection and diffused reflection. What is regular reflection? When parallel rays of light falls on the smooth surface, they are reflected back as parallel rays, and this is called as regular reflection. And when all the parallel rays of light fall on an irregular surface, they are reflected back into all the direction. They get scattered in all the direction is called as diffused reflection, or we can tell the reflected rays from a rough surface are not parallel is called as diffused reflection. And regular reflection is also called as specular reflection. Diffused reflection is also called as irregular reflection. And regular reflection, it leads to the formation of image, and here because of diffused reflection we can see different objects present in our environment. Example for regular reflection, the image formed by a plane mirror. An example of diffused reflection is the reflection of rays of light through wall, that is any irregular surface. And then reflected light can be reflected again, that is multiple reflection can be obtained by placing more than one mirror at certain angles to each other, which result in reflection of light for multiple times between the reflecting surfaces. And this phenomenon is used in various criteria, various places, like in a periscope, like in a kaleidoscope, and in a barber shop. We have used that one more mirror behind, so the back of the head of a person who is getting haircut, isn't it? So these are examples of multiple reflection. And so multiple images are formed when plane mirrors, that is, we are aware that a plane mirror forms only single image of an object. But what happens if two plane mirrors are used in a combined way? That is, it forms a multiple images, isn't it? So now let us see, take one activity. We have to take two plane mirrors, and we have to keep the two plane mirrors at right angles to each other by their edges touching. We can see in the picture the same way. We have to keep the two plane mirrors at right angles to each other. Hinge them means you have to attach them. That is, margin of the edge of the plane mirror have to touch each other in such a way that they have to kept at right angles to each other. Now we have to place a coin in between the mirror. That is, coin is an object. Now, how many images of the coin do we see in a figure also, picture also? You can see that how many images of a coin you can see. 1, 2, 3, isn't it? So 3 images can be seen. So if you see how we have get that the number of images formed at particular angle, how can we come to know how many images are formed? By using the formula, that is 360 upon n, that is an angle. How minus 1 will get the number of images. Here it is kept at right angle, so it is 90 degree. So 360 upon 90 minus 1. 360 upon 90 we get 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. So if two plane mirrors are kept at right angle to each other, how many images we will get? 3 images. So children, when we place two plane mirrors at 90 degree angle, the image, how do we get the image of the first mirror is reflected in the second mirror, so that the reversed mirror image, again it is reversed again. So we can get 3 images. And the same way, now we have to hinge the mirror using adhesive tape at different angles. For example, like 45 degree, 60 degree, 120 degree, 180 degree, etc. Now, if you keep any object, say for example, if you keep candle in between them, now one by one we have to note down the number of images of the object in each case. This you can do by your own at home by keeping angle. And before doing that activity, we can find out how number of images formed in each case. That is, we can use the formula for calculating the number of image formed by a plane mirror at particular angle. That is by 360 upon n minus 1. Here n is nothing but a given angle. So for example, for 45 degree, number of images obtained is equal to 360 upon given angle is 45 degree, isn't it? So 360 upon 45 minus 1. So first we'll divide 360 by 45, we get 8. Then 8 minus 1 is 7. So how many images will be getting at an angle of 45 degrees? 7 images. The same way, if you calculate for 60 degree, it is 360 upon 60. That is 360 upon 60 is 6. 6 minus 1 is 5. So we get 5 images. Then for 120 degree, 360 upon 120 is 3. Isn't it? 3 minus 1, 2. So 2 images. Then if the two plane mirrors are kept at 180 degree, then 360 upon 180 we get 2. 2 minus 1 we get 1. So 1 image only we will get. So in this way, whether you get this number of images correct or not, you can do by yourself. Particular angle if you keep, then you will get those images. Now what will happen if the two mirrors kept parallel to each other? How many images of a candle will be formed? See example, see in the figure, when two plane mirrors are kept parallel to each other and in between candle is placed. Now what will be that is here angle formed. Here any angle is there? No. So angle formed, that is angle formed is 0. So n is equal to 0. So 360 upon n, that is what you will get, 360 upon 0. Any number divided by 0, we get 0. Isn't it? So 0 minus 1 is this, that is infinite number of images we will be getting. So very, very important, when an object is placed between two plane mirrors parallel to each other, then how many images will be getting? We will get infinite number of images are formed. Therefore, here we will get infinite number of images. Now, by using the same we have using, first let us learn about periscope. What is periscope? A periscope is an instrument that is used to look at the object that are not in the line of sight of the observer. That is, we cannot at the side. The observer is not cannot see the object at the sight of the observer. In other words, we can see that it is used to see the object which are hidden. Got it? The periscope works, how it works? It works on the phenomenon of multiple reflection of light. And if you see here in the picture, the inside the periscope, you can see there are two mirrors. See here in the figure, it is mentioned mirror. So the inside the mirror here, these are all these two mirrors which are kept at the angle of 45 degree. See here, this one mirror, this angle is 45 degree. Here other mirror kept at 45 degree. So two mirrors are kept at 45 degree, and so in that way when the light enters it falls on the mirror, first mirror get reflected back, and again it falls on the other mirror, and then it exits. So in this way it get multiple reflection, so the observer could see. For example, periscopes are generally used in submarines, tanks and bunkers by the soldiers. But children, so this way periscope works. So we'll stop here. So till now in this session, we have learnt about when a parallel rays of light fall on a smooth surface, they are reflected parallel rays only, and this is called as regular reflection. When parallel rays of light fall upon an irregular surface, they are reflected back in all the direction. They do not reflect in parallel. So this is called as diffused reflection, or we can call that as irregular reflection. Then we have learned multiple reflections can be obtained by placing more than one mirror at certain angles to each other, which results in reflection of light for multiple times between the reflecting surfaces. Then when an object placed between two plane mirrors which are kept parallel to each other, then infinite number of images are formed. That's all for this session. Thank you.